Hi friends, I'm Prairie Vintage Jewelry, and today we will be taking a look at your current situation with the Lenormand cards, and we will be taking a deep dive into what's going on in your situation, and it could be really around anything that is keeping you up at night or just troubling, or a situation that you need more clarity on, or a message from Spirit that needs to be communicated to you today. Now my video is timeless, so when you click on this video, it is meant for you. You will be drawn to most likely one pile here more than the other two, and that pile will be the pile with the most messages from you, from Spirit. And if you are drawn to more than one pile, then there may be multiple messages in there for you. So first pile here is this gemstone. Okay, second pile is this gemstone here. And the third pile is this gemstone right here. So feel free to pause the video and pick your pile, and we'll see you shortly. See you in a bit. Hi, pile one. If you pick this gemstone here, and we will talk a little bit about this gemstone at the end of the reading, because this will be sort of an advice card. So if you are familiar with this gemstone, then you might already know what this message is for you today. But we will be taking a look at the Lenormand cards here regarding your current situation, and we'll be doing a 9-card tableau. So Spirit, we ask for a clear and concise message for pile number 1 regarding their current situation. And thank you very much. We are very grateful. Pile number 1, I am so blessed for you allowing me to tap into your energy regarding your situation. Thank you so much. So we will pull 9 cards here. Now I'm starting to get a wicked headache right now, so I don't know if maybe your situation has been kind of driving you crazy, I'm feeling here, or at least giving you a headache because you're racking your brain around maybe how to solve your situation or go about your situation. But my head is just killing me right now, and it just started. So could very well be message from Spirit, but we will take a look at the Lenormand cards here, and then we'll flip over your gemstone. So we have the dog with the number 18. We have the gentleman, number 28. We have the letter. We have the clouds. We have the bouquet. We have the sun, such a beautiful card here. We have the anchor. We have the child. And then we have the garden here. All right, so for your situation, I am picking up a situation with an individual. Now, if you are involved with a male, I am picking up a male energy right now, masculine energy. And now we'll read the top line, and we'll read all the lines as they're coming out, and then we can take a look at more of the energy I'm picking up from Spirit. If you're new to my channel, I do use tarot. I also use the Lenormand cards, but I use Spirit and energy to pick up maybe the non-traditional meanings that I'm feeling from the cards. Obviously, different cards give different messages, and there's also a lot of unspoken energies that I pick up. In this case, Lenormand cards are pretty straightforward to read. I am obviously still learning how to read them, but there is a big emphasis on the energies around each card. So let me get into it. With the dog, gentleman, and the letter here, what I'm picking up is a friend who is this masculine energy has communicated to you and provided you with some information. Now, it could be somebody that you talk to on a regular basis, but this person's coming in heavily as a friend right now. Okay. I am picking up, though, from spirit that this person is maybe more to you than a friend, but currently their status is that they are a friend. So a letter from a friend, or communication from a friend, maybe a phone call, a text, an email, some sort of communication. I am picking up, though, it is more in written format than it is a call or an in-person conversation. So that could be a situation, part of the situation or current situation that you're coming here about. Now, with the dog, the cloud, and the anchor, or the clouds, I feel as though the confusion here is in this person being a friend, okay? The dog speaks of loyalty, and dog would be a friend card when it comes to the energy I'm picking up here. But with the clouds, there is some confusion around whether this is a friend that you can depend on, a friend that is stable enough for you to be around, or to, I guess, hitch your wagon to, okay, with this anchor card. So an anchor can be a heaviness. It can also be security and stability. And I just feel with the clouds and the anchor, there's some question around this male. Maybe they've communicated something to you that's now questioned how you feel about them, but I do feel like they're coming in from a friend's perspective, and I pick up from energy that there is some feelings there outside of just a friend vibe, coming more from your energy, okay? With the dog, the bouquet, and the garden here, bouquet is a very positive card, and it does speak of a gift. So it could definitely be a physical gift, but a gift of love, a gift, a genuine gift coming from a friend. So potentially this person has gifted you some emotion, maybe gifted you some time, maybe just put energy, and has really given you this gift of friendship. I do feel here with the bouquet and the garden that there is more of a social type connection here with this individual. So maybe hanging out and with groups of people. This is really giving me the entertainment, group, social aspect of this connection. So maybe what I'm picking up is that this person is hanging out with you as a friend, communicating to you as a friend. There's questions now around, is this person just a friend, or is there more here? Is there more in what they're giving to me, coming from this friendly vibe that, I guess that you're questioning, or that your situation is about here. Okay, so with the gentleman, the bouquet, and the child, I feel like this person is being genuine. I do feel like this person, if you're questioning their authenticity, they are authentic in their gift to you. I do feel like they are maybe a little naive. Maybe there's no games for sure. I don't feel like this person is playing games. I don't feel like they're gifting out of any sort of agenda. I do feel like any sort of effort or attention they're giving you, if that is your question, is coming genuinely from this person. Now, I do also, I'm picking up that this person is coming in like a friend, but I do pick up also that this person is also questioning whether there's more here to this connection, based on maybe communications that you guys have had back and forth. Now, I am seeing and picking up from energies that, they're communicating with you fairly platonic in this friendly type way, which is genuine, but I guess both of you guys are kind of questioning the other one's intent here, is what I'm picking up. Now with the Ladder, the Sun, and the Garden, I do feel like the communication is fairly positive, but I do also feel as though with the Ladder, you know, being in the top row here, that the communication has been ongoing for quite some time. With the Sun here, and we will read this card, but with the Sun here, well, we might as well finish this row. I'm kind of jumping everywhere, Spirit, one thing at a time so I can keep up. But with the Ladder, the Sun, and the Garden, I do feel like you're kind of at a point now where you are getting a little bit more clarity than kind of where maybe the connection was a little bit more muddled and gray, but that there is still this question mark or this duality around, you know, whether this is kind of a gift of a person that means more or is a friend. So I do see that you're kind of going back and forth between the confusion and the clarity, the confusion and the clarity, but I do feel as though the communication is getting more clear and more bright as to how and where this is going. Now, if you're just looking at the Letter, the Sun, and the Garden here, I do see obviously a you know, a fun time and a connection, social type setting here. You know, maybe an invitation to go out with a group of people to enjoy yourself. Maybe even if some of you guys have been haven't talked for a while, and picking up for some of you guys to maybe reconcile and hang out. That's kind of what I'm picking up here, is that there will be a communication for an offering for you guys to maybe reconcile or go out and enjoy yourself. Now with the Clouds, the Bouquet, and the Sun, that's the duality that I was seeing here, because it is in the current row. I do feel as though, you know, the question mark being this gift, you know, this gift of this person, this love, and this attention, this affection, but this duality of the clouds, of the confusion, and maybe there was some question as to what the intent was here, and then the clarity here with the Sun. Now the Sun is happiness, it's contentment, it is joy, you know, but I feel as though because it is in the last row here and kind of the last card in this column here, that there certainly is more clarity around your situation, and it is you know, joyous. And I was picking up that the intention around what was coming from this gentleman was fairly positive and genuine, maybe even naive. So maybe they're kind of taking a risk. I am getting the Fool card vibe from this row here as to stepping forward, not knowing where this is going. Now, for some of you guys, I'm also picking up that potentially there is, you know, a friend that you've been friends with for a while, and maybe things are turning based on something that was communicated to now hint at this being a little bit more than a friendship. So you're kind of in that gray area, but I do feel as though this person's initiated it. This male energy has initiated this communication that kind of transpired or triggered this to come to light, so to speak. So the last row here we have with the Anchor, the Child, and the Garden. I do feel as though you know, the Child, speaking of innocence, it can speak of learning something new, it can also speak of a child, but I do feel like maybe learning to identify you know, what is a solid situation here, learning to go through maybe the motions, and finding security within a connection might be difficult for you. Maybe you just came out of a connection and you're not quite sure whether you can trust or rely on this person all that much. But I do pick up here with this Garden card that there are a lot of people in the mix here. So either a group of friends, like I said, social settings where you guys are kind of hanging out, that maybe it kind of keeps things in a light level, kind of in this juvenile type arena where maybe deeper conversations can't be had because it is a fairly light gathering. Maybe also for some of you guys, I'm picking up there might be an actual child, you know, environment. So maybe a daycare or like a physical child place. Maybe this person has a lot of children around, or there's always children around, or there are children around, so there can't really be a full deep dive into a connection that may not pan out to be stable, to involve, you know, the children and the family in this connection at this time might be in question. So let's read the anchor, the bouquet, and the letter. I do feel as though here, you know, this letter, communication, again, text or what have you, this new piece of information, and I do feel like it has already transpired, or you're already communicating with this person. So if you haven't experienced this, then this clearly isn't your pile. But if you're still here listening to this reading, then you're most likely resonating with this, you know, of this offering can very well be taken as something that you can hitch your wagon to, or at least take as a genuine offer instability in a genuine gift. Okay, now I don't see here anything that's showing me the romance outside of, you know, this bouquet coming from this gentleman innocently as a gift. But, you know, there will have to be a little bit more information pulled here to really take a look at what's going on. So we'll ask Spirit for these, for the Kipper cards here. Can we get 3 cards to get a little bit more in-depth around the situation for pile number 1? Thank you, Spirit. What is pile number 1 situation here with the gentleman? Okay, so we got great fortune. I was picking up from this gift here. It's like a gift from the divine. Like, is this a divinely, you know, divinely guided relationship or connection that I need to hitch my wagon to? And that's the only line I can think of is like, you know, do you connect yourself to this person or go down this route with this person? Okay, so we got great fortune, we got coffin, we're getting that cloud sun thing again with the confusion, something kind of coming to an end. And then we got the pathway, which speaks of options. Now, when you read this, you know, with the great fortune here, I do feel like there is question around whether this is a gift, a divine gift of a relationship or a connection. When it speaks of fortune, that's what I'm picking up. Now, because there is the gift card, which could literally mean a gift. So if you were gifted a car or a something of value, which would speak of this great fortune, what I'm getting from this is maybe this was the end of a realization into a new realization or decision that needed to be made. So for example, you know, you have a friend who's now gifted you a car or something of significance, I don't know, a gold necklace. I'm just kind of coming up with something tangible. And now there's the end of the friendship, and now the beginning potentially of questioning whether this is someone you kind of want to move forward with, you know, outside of maybe the social settings that you guys have been hanging around with. So I do feel like there is question around with the clouds, confusion, whether this is a solid situation, and then needing some clarity around what that looks like. And with this pathway, I do feel like there is a decision that needs to be made. Something has come to an end. Maybe a decision has already been made here. I do feel though as though this attention, because it could be something tangible like a gift, but it can also be attention, being the actual effort that's been given as a gift, has now made you question this whole person and your relationship and your connection with this person, which way you kind of want to go. Do you keep it in the friend zone and kind of just take this gift, or do you take what it is that they've maybe communicated to you and open the door to a connection with this person? Okay, so that's kind of what I'm picking up here from these cards. Now we will pull these oracle cards and we'll get a little bit more around, I guess, energy of feelings, so we can get a look into feelings surrounding your person and this energy that I'm picking up. Spirit, can we get feelings in this I was picking up earlier that both you and your person were both questioning. So it could very well be you guys are mirroring each other. Okay, so there is mystery again with the clouds. You know, what path do I take? What option do I have? You're kind of questioning whether this is authentic and maybe this gift. What does this mean? Magic, I do see magic as the intuition. That's kind of the great fortune, the gift. Is this a divine gift from, you know, the divine? Having this person in my life, taking this, you know, this option. And then we have here reflection. So we did mention mirroring, and I love how this is all purple. Purple speaks of that magic, that intuition, that mystery. You know, and I do feel like Spirit doesn't maybe want to reveal too much because there is still some mystery around here. But the reflection, I think, does speak of the mirroring that potentially is going on. And I think this confirms to me anyway from Spirit that whatever it is that you're questioning or feeling, you can most likely guarantee that your person or this male person energy that I'm picking up is also experiencing, feeling the same thing and questioning the same thing with this reflection. But I do feel like they're the ones who maybe instigated this with the communication, but maybe there was a back and forth and you also have some skin in the game. So we're going to take a look at this gemstone card. But before I do, I wanted to pull a new deck here, and this one is the Sacred Geometry Activation cards. So I kind of thought this would be cool for this reading to pull one of these for you. Oh, we have the Gaia card. Okay, so the frequency of Gaia reminds us that we are infinitely connected to one another, just as we are to our great mother and to the universe that birthed us all. So this is speaking of that connection. Okay, so I feel as though, you know, there obviously is a source, right? Divine, how God, however you kind of want to call it, that this, you almost sense like this divine fortune of this person, this gift of this person's entering your life. You know that it's been divinely sent to you, like your intuition is telling you that. So you are questioning it on this 3D level because, you know, you obviously don't know what to make of it, but I feel as though this is confirmation that this is meant for you. This is a gift from the divine for you to experience this in your life, that you guys are going through and reflecting one another, but that there is a connection here to this person for a reason. So it's just Spirit's way to reassure you right now, because maybe this is why you've tuned into this card reading, because there was some question around it. I do feel like this is reassurance that you are going down the path that is divinely set out for you. And because we did see this pathway, I do feel like a lot of you guys are kind of at the pivotal point of making the decision of which way to go. But some of you guys might have already stepped down the pathway and are now questioning whether you have you know, chosen the right path. And I do feel like for a lot of you guys, it is to secure this stability is important for you. Okay, now for the gemstone that you guys picked here, it is the agate stone, which that's funny that I just mentioned stability here being kind of the pivotal thing that you're after here. And agate does say here stability, grounding, and truth. Okay, so you might want to get yourself an agate piece of stone or jewelry specifically, because it is close to the body. And it says here, stabilizing stone. Agate is used to balance the mind, body, and spirit, creating harmony in all areas of your life, much like the patterns on the crystal itself. Grounding and supportive, agate helps to reveal inner truths, cleansing beneath the surface to expose your authentic self. A wonderful stone to heal resentment. Agate frees you from the self-imprisonment of inner anger, replacing it with safety and security. Agate takes its time, vibrating at a slow and steady pace, and encourages you to take as much time as you need for the matter at hand. Mercury and Gemini. Okay, so I think Mercury is Virgo, if I'm not mistaken. And then we have obviously the Gemini here, which could be in your zodiac or maybe your male energy I was picking up. But what I liked about that communication, I mean, if you guys are hanging on to maybe resentments from past energy and maybe too scared to open up because there was question around whether this person is authentic and trusting that it's coming from a genuine place. It could be stemming from a past experience. I was picking up for some, not all of you guys. What I was mostly picking up though here was questioning around you know, here's the authentic self, but to even question it, I feel as though maybe you're questioning your own ability to trust, you know, in another, to kind of call out the situation. And that's where that cloud sun was coming in, was confusion. Do I trust it? Is it clear? And constantly questioning it, where Spirit's saying, trust your guidance, trust yourself enough, your authentic self, to understand what you're feeling is real. And maybe having the stone will help to kind of eliminate the noise and give you better clarity and trusting your intuition. And the vibration of this stone will encourage you to trust in your decision, you know, not to question that you went down a path that is wrong, right? That even if there's a lesson learned there, you know, it doesn't mean it's too late, that you'll never experience the other side of that path. It's all meant to happen kind of in that way and for a reason. Okay, so this is what I have here for pile number 1. That was very interesting. I enjoyed reading this so much. I am so blessed for you stopping in for this video, and I do want to thank my subscribers. Thank you so much. I do appreciate you very much. If you like this video, please leave me a like, leave me a comment. I do read all my comments, and we'll see you soon. Thank you so much. Bye, everyone. Hello, my gorgeous pile number 2. If you pick this gemstone here, very pretty with the greens and the purple, we will take a look at this gemstone kind of near the end of the reading as kind of more of a guidance card. And we will be using the Lenormand cards to take a look at your current situation and see what comes up. So certainly if there's something perplexing you, if you have questions around your situation, this will be around that situation. Message from Spirit, whatever Spirit wants to bring to your attention. We will be doing a 9-card Tableau spread, and we will be using the Oracle cards to get a little bit of a deeper dive into the situation. Now, I do use you know, the cards to communicate the message from Spirit, but I do use energy as well. So I am an energy reader, and a lot of times maybe the traditional meaning of the card might be read in a way that the energy is intending it to be read. Now, different cards have, it could be the same card with a different tarot deck and have, you know, the same meaning but be read differently based on the imagery and the energy being read. With the Lenormand cards, I feel as though it is a little bit more straightforward. The message is a little bit more straightforward, but we will be picking up what energy Spirit is communicating to me at the same time. Okay, so I don't know why I felt like I had to explain myself. I really don't have to, but just felt like that was needing to come out. Okay, so we have the locket. Interesting. With the lady. Very cool. You might be drawn to pile number 1, the crossroads. I am being told by Spirit, maybe you want to go check out pile number 1, the grave, the stars. That's beautiful. The key, a child, the fox, and the bear. Okay, now, before I get into it, I just want to see the locket here, because I don't just like reading energy alone. I do like to see what the author of the cards has to say. So with the locket here, love, romance, platonic love, family, emotions, tenderness, cherishing, joy, enjoyment, happiness, bliss, contentment, generosity, endearing, affection, and passion, experiencing romance or intimacy. So I don't want to divulge pile number 1, but I am getting, this is the mirror of pile number 1. We were getting more of male energy, and in this reading I'm getting definitely very heavy female energy, and it's the same energy I was picking up from the viewer in pile number 1. So I don't know if maybe you're hanging around here and this is now more reflective of your own energy, or maybe, you know, in the collective reading, your I guess flip side partner is watching this, but it's just kind of interesting to me because this does feel very connected. But let me get into the reading. Okay, so we will be reading each row, and then we will be using the energy from Spirit to get into the details. With the Locket Lady and the Crossroads, I feel as though this lady, I'm going to read this as it is your person, but like I said, this might be your energy picking up, but this lady has these strong emotions of love and compassion and wanting to show love and compassion, but is sitting at a crossroads right now, making a decision whether to move forward. You know, do I move forward with this lady? Now, I am picking up for a lot of you guys that are viewing as well, that you are questioning whether you want to move forward with this lady. You know, with this, she has this offering of love, and there's a decision to be made. You know, you might be waiting on this lady to move forward with this decision of love, or whether you move forward with this lady in this romantic love setting. So this is what I'm picking up, more of a past energy. You know, maybe this is something that kind of has happened in the last, I'd say, 3 months, you know, area based on the way these cards are coming out. Then we have the Locket, the Grave, and the Child. And I do feel like here, I mean, the grave would be like the coffin, which is the end, you know, the end of this love, this end of an emotional giving and the birth of something new. Okay, so I do sense that the birth of something new is wanting a new emotional beginning in love with this lady, or that this lady is wanting a new emotional beginning of love with you. You know, do we end whatever is gone in the past and start anew? With this Child here, I get this newness, this innocence, this wanting of a rebirth, and the end of, you know, how things were. Okay, now for some of you guys, it could just very well mean straightforward, the end of this relationship with this lady. I made the decision to move forward. It's over now, and I'm starting anew. Okay, a Lady, Stars, and Fox is really speaking about, you know, with the stars in the middle here, I would say kind of being the central theme is this hope, this desire, this magic, this unknown but very much strong, you know, hope, wish upon a star, wish is coming true with this lady. But the fact that you have the Fox here, it's like too good to be true. With the Fox is kind of sly. It is, you know, sneaky with the Fox. And I do feel like the star sometimes also means distance. So maybe there's this distant lady that you're questioning whether this lady is well-meaning, or is trying to play you, or is tricking you into something. And that's why I said maybe watch the first pile, because there was a lot of mirroring going on, and the lady was questioning this exact same thing about the male in that reading. So very interesting, and the male was in this spot exactly. So I do feel like with this stars being in the middle, though, there is a lot of hope. I feel this message is from Spirit, giving the reassurance here that there is hope, there is wishes coming true for you and what it is that you're trying to manifest and transpire, wish upon a star, and that this fox here that I'm picking up is more of a fear. And a fox can also mean job and career. So for some of you guys, we could have, you know, having to move for a job, or maybe having to decide between, you know, choosing this lady that you feel romantically connected with, or this career that's at a distance from the lady, that's separating you from the lady. And when I say career, maybe it's a livelihood that keeps you far from your lady, because the fox, you know, does speak of that career, that livelihood, that ability to, you know, earn your bread and butter. And with the stars here, I'm feeling this distance, and this heaviness of this decision that needs to be made. So when we read the child, the stars, and the crossroads, it's like, you know, a child can sometimes mean a physical child here, but I'm not picking up really this physical child. I'm just feeling like this decision to maybe hang your hat on what it is that you want in this hope. It feels kind of naive. It feels kind of like being blind. I'm getting heavy fool energy here, where you're just naively kind of stepping into it, having to make a blind decision based on a hope, based on a wish, based on a desire. And I do still get that message from Spirit, this farness, this distance that needs to be closed, that's what's kind of difficult. To make this decision, because there's a lot of blind unknownness or newness or rawness around a decision having to be made without knowing. And then with the crossroads, the key, and the bear, I do feel like this being in the last row, it is very very hopeful for me, because with the key, it speaks of solutions. So I feel like whichever decision you intend on making, and I am seeing the fear around potentially making a blind decision or being tricked, that there is a solution based on you making a decision, and that making a decision is really the answer, one way or another, because you will get the answer you're looking for in the decision that you make, whichever way you pick. But this bear speaks of a heavy personality, could be a stubbornness, you know, and maybe there's someone who's too stubborn to make a decision or to see a solution. But I do feel like the stubbornness is also an ability to press through to find a solution and to get through, you know, making this decision. So it ending in this card, I do, because the bear is quite a neutral card, but I do feel as though the bear with the solution here is fairly positive, and it's just reinforcing the right decision. You choose the right solution, the right decision based on your decision to move forward and be persistent in your decision. Okay, but these two cards together, and I guess I should read it as a row, this could be a boss, which is like a, you know, a boss. It could represent a boss. So maybe this is your boss lady. Maybe you're concerned with your boss here, but this can very well speak of somebody in a higher position. With the child here, I feel as though maybe there is this more passive aggressive type personality in here. You know, I'm a little passive, my person's a little more assertive, so it's kind of like this child, like boss like kind of relationship maybe that's in question here, being in this last row. And maybe that's why, you know, maybe there is some question or hesitation in making this decision. But that's kind of what I'm seeing here for the situation. Now we will pull some Kipper cards and ask Spirit to give us 3 cards to give us a little bit more around the situation for pile number 2. What is going on with person in pile number 2 situation with this lady? So we got poverty, we got the pathway again with the crossroads. Now the poverty, I was picking up that distance with the livelihood, with the career. It's like I gotta move. Oops, lots of cards, Spirit. I do really want to see this card here. In fact, I think I'm gonna take this card because that's what I'm getting from Spirit. But let me finish my train of thought. The poverty is almost like I gotta give up my livelihood self or my career and risk, you know, being my successful independent self in order to progress with this love connection. And that's the choice that needs to be made. Here with coffin, it's representing this grave. So we got the grave again, and we got the pathway again. So this grave just means the end. This coffin means the end of something, the end of a decision. The decision has to be made. Okay, so I do feel like maybe for a lot of you guys, you've decided that, you know, you don't want to go down the path that's going to leave you scarce. So you just kind of put an end to that decision and move forward with whatever decision you made. And I do feel like Spirit is saying the decision that you're kind of, that keeps coming to you, the stubborn side of you, the persistent side of you, is the right decision, is what I'm really getting from Spirit. That even if you make a decision and it ends up not being the right one, right isn't really right, because you'll still learn whatever lessons in order for you to then maybe turn around and learn from, you know, the actual right decision. So either which way, I think you're going to experience both, and that this poverty that you're fearing, I'm really picking up this 8 of Swords type, that you're kind of limiting yourself or putting up a self-limiting belief that if you are to move in the direction that you will be scarce or that you'll be lacking, you know. And I feel the lacking is lacking in self, lacking in your career, maybe your livelihood, your independent self. Did I just say independent self? I don't know what I said, but that's kind of what I'm picking up heavily here from that row. Now we will pull some oracle cards as well, so we can get feelings here in this, the energy that we're feeling from both individuals. Spirit, can we get some feelings here? Some energy around pile number 2, anything that you'd like to communicate. This card definitely wants to come out. So we got disruption. So I did get that with the coffin and the grave, that the disruption, something needing to come to an end. And here we have determination, totally picking that up with the bear. There's like this determination, the strength, the stubbornness that you have, that you know what it is that you want, that you're sticking to, come hell or high water, and you are protected by Spirit. So this is definitely a message from Spirit that you're protected in whichever decision you decide to do, because there is this big fear, I feel like the 8 of Swords, that you might be lacking, you know. And poverty can definitely mean, you know, you could see it as like financially losing all your money, but I feel for a lot of you guys, you might feel like you're lacking independent self, your independence to, yeah, it could even be where you work, you know, kind of starting from scratch is very difficult, but Spirit's here to remind you that you are protected in whichever route you take, and that the route that's best for you will unfold. Whether you choose the wrong path many times, eventually the right path that's meant for you will happen. This disruption, I do feel as though is stemming from you, and it is difficult to hear, but I feel like the disruption is your mind kind of trying to, I don't know, I do feel like for a lot of you guys, there's a lot of back and forth, there's a lot of noise, something needs to come to an end, and really it's making a decision. That's what I feel. I feel like the disruption's there until a decision is made. Right? There's this pathway, there's this decision that needs to be made. Something needs to come to an end in order for a decision to be made. And this determination and this bear will definitely get you there with the protection from Spirit and your ancestors, or however you believe you're protected, you're guidely protected, you know, from anything that's going to steer you in the wrong direction. it's not going to happen. I just feel like Spirit is here to give you this message. This is a timely reading, so when you come across this video, the message was certainly for you, and that is the message, that if you take anything away, is that whatever decision you end up, you know, doing, just know that you are protected by source, or however you believe in your God, the one, the source, your being, your ancestors. You're very, very protected. I love how this yellow card in determination is in the middle, because I was feeling this from you. I am getting a very heavy, you know, Capricorn, Taurus, earth energy here with the determination. But I am also getting that stubbornness and that disruption from kind of being the Achilles heel of having this trait. Now, this feels like this reading is going on and on, so I do apologize, but we will take a look at, oh, before I do that, I almost forgot in the last reading, these cards here, and this is the Sacred Geometry Activation cards, and I really like these as well. So we will pull one of these, and then we'll look at your gemstone. Oh, I don't feel comfortable about that. Spirit, can we get a clear, concise card here for pile number 2? I am feeling this one here. Okay, we have Tantric Journey. Wow, okay. The frequency of Tantric Journey helps us to unlock the hidden knowledge and wisdom that we intrinsically hold about how we reach a state of wholeness and completion through our sensual experiences with ourselves and with another. I just feel from this one, it's this freedom. I'm also really picking up this card. Look how similar these cards are with the triangle and the circle here. I feel like here it's kind of coming down, like the sun is kind of feeding this light or this energy, this determination, and here it's kind of unified into one. I just feel like the tantric journey in this situation is really coming to peace with a decision that you're most comfortable with, and being able to share this experience with yourself fully without this holding back energy I was feeling with that 8 of Swords, and being able to experience this with another soul at the end of the day, right? Even the joy of experiencing that within yourself is very magical, and that's really what I'm picking up from this card. Also 4 plus 2 is 6, and 6 is the Lover's card in the tarot, and I do feel like with the Lover's card there's a decision to be made around love, true love, a true love connection with the 6. So that could very well speak to somebody there, or 42 could be significant. Now with the gemstone, which is this one again, very pretty, we do have the message of fluorite. Okay, and what is very interesting is that I've got a piece of fluorite right here with the green and the purple. This is what a fluorite wand looks like. So I was drawn to picking the stones that I picked here today, and this one obviously came out for a reason. And I do feel like it's one of the more larger pieces here. So certainly, you know, this message is for you. We have organization, clear, and priorities. Okay, I'm really picking up a lot here by priorities with this disruption. We got to set some priorities. Structure can provide freedom, and fluorite helps organize your life from top to bottom, heightening focus and releasing unnecessary stress. Disruption. Fluorite assists with bringing clarity into your life, lifting your mental capabilities for crystal clear intuition and empowered decision making. By taking your discernment up a notch, fluorite protects against bad influences and psychic manipulation. Fluorite both grounds and lifts your energy, connecting your body to the earth and to a higher spiritual awareness at the same time, like this tantric journey. Prioritize balance. Capricorn, which we talked about, Pisces, Mercury, which again, Virgo, and you can certainly pick up Taurus as well from an earth energy, which I was getting very heavily from this card. So I do, again, want to mention this disruption I was picking up is that noise. It is stemming from, I think it's self-induced disruption, maybe not making the right decisions, but I think it's more prioritizing. So maybe you want to get yourself some fluorite. It is a pretty crystal for sure. You don't have to get, you know, a wand. You can get like a little stone and just put it, you know, under your pillow or in your pocket, hang on to it. But I do feel as though that will help with your situation here. So I so enjoyed this reading. You might want to check out pile number 1 because I do feel as though it is mirrored from an energy very familiar to maybe what your person was experiencing. I don't know, but that's just me putting that out there. And I'm so blessed that you stopped in and you allowed me to read your energy. I'm so grateful for Spirit allowing us to communicate to you. And if you can like this video, if you liked it, that would certainly help me. If you want to leave a comment, please do so. And if you haven't subscribed, I would be so grateful. And to my subscribers, I am very grateful for you guys. Thank you so much. We'll see you next video. Bye. Hello, my beautiful pile number 3. If you picked this gemstone, then this is your pile. So we will get into this gemstone reading after we take a look at the Lenormand cards. We will be doing a 9-card tableau spread here. Just give me a minute. My cat wanted to join me, so just letting him wander around. Now, if you skip the intro, we will be taking a look at your current situation and whatever message wants to come through. We'll take a deep dive into that. And then we'll be taking a look at your guidance card here with your crystal and see what we see. Now, I did explain in pile number 1 and pile number 2 that I do use the tarot and Lenormand cards in readings and read their traditional meaning, but I do use messages from Spirit based on energy that I'm picking up, and I consider myself an energy reader, so a lot of times it is mostly the messaging that I'm getting from the energy. And with Lenormand cards, they are a little bit more straightforward with their meaning, but I will certainly always rely on what energies I'm picking up regarding the communication that I'm getting. So rest assured, it will be something coming from Spirit, and we do ask that Spirit gives us clear, concise message for pile number 3. We are so grateful. Thank you so much. And pile number 3, I'm so blessed that you're allowing me to tap into your energy. Thank you so much. I am so grateful. This is a timeless reading, so whenever you stumbled across this video, the message certainly is for you. One more card here. All right, so what do we have? We have the Lady, card 29. We have another Lady card. In this deck, we have 2 ladies, and I leave them in on purpose here because if Spirit has a message, then it would certainly come out. We got the letter. We got the snake. We got the gentleman. I knew we'd see the gentleman. Don't tell me we're going to see another gentleman here. I don't know what I'm going to make of this. Okay, the garden. Spirit, whatever is going to come out, is going to come out. Just ask that you allow me to read whatever energies I'm picking up. Clouds, the key, and the ring. Okay, I'm still picking up some energy, residual energies from 1 and 2, which I highly think are connected. This one may be somehow connected as well, but I do feel a lot of new energy coming in here, and my headache is kind of going away that I started with in pile number 1. but without getting into too much of a monologue here, let me get into this reading. So with the lady and letter, I feel as though potentially there is communication between you and your bestie. So, you know, I am feeling like these two ladies are friends. I feel like maybe they're sisters, maybe they're family members, but they're definitely, you know, two ladies that communicate with each other. So potentially there is some communication from a friend or from a sister, from a relative, from somebody that has come, and because it's in this top position, it's in the past here. Now, what I'm picking up from energy that I'm getting from spirit is maybe there was a communication around a third party lady. Maybe there's a lady that you're now becoming aware of in a situation that you weren't aware of, or a communication about a lady. That's coming strongly for some of you guys, okay? Now we have with the lady, the gentleman, and the ring, I feel as though, I mean, this is pretty straightforward here, is around a commitment, okay? So the ring speaks of a commitment, could definitely be a marriage, but I do feel like with the male looking this way at, well, he's not even looking at the ring, but he's kind of looking away from the lady. Maybe he was more around reviewing this commitment, and she appears to be walking away. So there's definitely two lady energies here. I am picking up that the male is either walking or looking away or not taking a commitment offering from someone that's offering him this offering, and I do feel like there is one lady that's walking away, okay? And I do feel like there's one lady that's kind of hanging around, maybe communicating, consoling, potentially communicating with this male. Okay, this is all energy I'm picking up here, which is a little different than you read Lenormand cards, but that's what I'm picking up here. But with the lady and the gentleman and the ring, it certainly speaks of this you know, commitment with a male, maybe giving commitment. Now, because this male is in the center energy, I feel like he's the theme, right? This male energy is the theme here of your reading, your situation, your circumstance, the main male, you know, having these two women and this communication. Maybe he's communicating with two ladies right now. Maybe he's in a committed situation. He's looking at leaving, okay? And with the lady, snake, and clouds, I do feel as though this lady, who appears to be the one that's walking away, could either be the lady. I do feel as though this lady is your energy, but again, that's for some of you guys, the one who's walking away or the one who he's not taking the commitment from. You know, that there is some question around the authenticity or the maybe slyness of this main male, because you do see the cloud, so there's confusion around whether this person is on the up and up. Okay, now because this is in this row, that maybe the viewer here that's watching is questioning whether this lady is on the up and up or if this lady is a snake, okay? Because the snake represents it can represent the lady, but just somebody who's not being truthful. Okay, so maybe there's a lie, maybe there's a communication here, and because I did mention that somebody finding out about a third party or a lady, that maybe you found out that there was a lady here, and now there's confusion around, well, I didn't think or know that this person had another person, okay? Now with the lady, gentleman, and the key, I feel as though the other lady, or I guess the second lady, how many times I'm going to say lady in this reading, but feels as though this gentleman is the key, is the solution, is kind of the answer to the problems. Maybe I almost feel like she's saying he needs to be the one that solves this problem. He needs to be the one to either walk away, take this commitment, or not. So she's kind of waiting for him to make this decision with this key. It's like the solution, the decision, or the answers. It's more of the answers coming from this person. So maybe she's waiting for him to tell her he's moved on, or he's committed now to her, or he's leaving a commitment. But essentially there's some solution to this to this male situation that's going on here with this key. Okay, now with the letter, garden, and the ring, the letter could definitely be an invite to a party, a social gathering. You know, with this garden, it is a gathering or a social place or a network of people. It could very well be social media, what I'm picking up here with the letter and the garden. So maybe, you know, with this ring here, there could potentially be how this commitment or this whole thing got stemmed from this social media, this social outing, is kind of how this connection started. And I do feel like with the ring being this lost card here, there being an emphasis on this commitment or this, you know, ability to make an offering of a commitment or a promise here. Okay, like communicating that, you know, this person is going to not, I guess, be playing the field is kind of what I'm getting. Not be dating around, maybe not be out talking to other people, being more solitary. Okay, that's kind of what I'm getting from this row. Now with the snake, gentleman, and the garden, I do pick up here that there is question around, you know, whether this gentleman is on the up and up or being honest or truthful. And I do see that with this social card here that he is more leaning towards potentially playing the field, or at least that's the question. Is he just kind of out dating, playing the field, attending parties, you know, seeing multiple ladies? Now, I'm getting from Spirit that this could just be the energy that you're questioning and picking up, that some of this might not even be based on reality, but this is your situation or your circumstance of what you're putting together, and that's what I'm picking up. So there's question around whether this gentleman's being honest. Maybe he's going out a lot and being very social, the social gentleman, and maybe there's question around the authenticity about, I guess, this how genuine this person really is about making commitment, you know. Okay, and then for the clouds, the key, and the ring, there is confusion around the solution of what needs to be done. And I do feel as though, you know, because this gentleman being the central person here, that there's confusion around him coming up with answers and the solution. Maybe there's delay on purpose. Okay. There's definitely confusion around providing commitment. This is very clear. Confusion, you know, but the fact that the key supersedes, or I guess is after the clouds, that in order to get rid of the confusion, there just needs to be a commitment or a promise of a commitment, an offer being made in order to end this confusion. And that's kind of like what I'm picking up here heavily with this waiting lady card. Okay, this waiting lady is waiting for him to turn that key and make that decision to make that offering, but he keeps looking to this social side, and maybe this lady is the social side. So you could very well be the third party, you know, and that you're walking away because you realize that this guy is kind of not really making a decision one way or another, and you've kind of left. But his main lady, and I don't know why I'm picking up she's the main lady, maybe because she's like, I don't know if she's closer to the ladder. I don't know why. Maybe Spirit was giving me that, but just trying to see what Spirit's trying to communicate. I do feel like this is your energy right here. That's clear to me. So it stands to reason this is another energy here of another lady, and that there is a gentleman here, centralized theme. But any which way, the clouds, the gentleman, and the ladder, I feel as though, you know, he is confused in how he wants to communicate what it is he wants to say. And I do pick up from Spirit that if he communicates something that might not be clear, that he might risk losing a lady, you know. And I don't think he really wants to risk losing a lady right now. And I don't really pick up that he's decided one way or another, that there is some confusion here, you know, and that that there needs to be communication coming forward from this gentleman. That's not really, that hasn't come yet. But I do pick up that it most likely will come, and it kind of has to in order for this whole thing to get resolved. But let's pick up from the Kipper cards here a little bit more from Spirit. Can we get 3 cards here regarding this situation with this third party? It's a lot of energies here. Spirit, can we get some clarity around what's going on with pile number 3 situation? Change. I'm picking up that the gentleman does want change, and maybe that's why he is non-committal and kind of playing the field. Maybe he's been with the same lady, deciding to move on, to change his life. Or maybe she's waiting for him to change his ways, because he does seem like he really likes his social way. Official person. This official person is that commitment, making it official. What's the official title? So she's waiting, like, what is this? What are we? Are we together? What is this official connection? Are you officially committing to me? Adjudication. This is like the, yeah, this is like the courthouse, the court card. Justice, right? So we're waiting for a divorce. We're waiting for someone to leave a situation, a legal situation, adjudication. Waiting on a decision. So maybe potentially you're waiting for somebody to get a divorce. He seems to be confused right now, or at least not making any decisions. Maybe he's waiting for this to go through, but definitely changes in the air. And you know, I do feel and sense that there needs to be an idea of which way this main male is going to offer his commitment to. So we will pull some oracle cards to get feelings involved with pile number 3. Spirit, can we get some cards here indicating for pile number 3 and the feelings and the energy around people involved here? Clear and concise. Thank you. Sorry for the lighting, guys. Lighting is getting very dark here. Isolation. I feel the loneliest. I feel like the lady here that's waiting is feeling isolated the most. I mean, the male feels it too, but he's kind of handling it a lot differently. I feel like you're the one, if this is you, not the one feeling the isolation right now. You're kind of just, it is what it is. If I gotta move on, I'm moving on. But I do feel this isolation. And the anxiety I'm feeling very strongly from the male. Because he's just kind of would rather just surround himself with social situations than actually deal with anything. And I do sense that, I mean, everyone here really is feeling the anxiety, but I'd say this lady the least. She's kind of like take it or leave it, but I guess if this is you, you're at the point where it is kind of what it is, whereas there's anxiety around this decision. And if you're this lady here, then you can definitely relate with this isolation and this anxiety, and maybe this is why you're here. And I do feel the most for this lady, because I feel like she's the most invested with this male energy and waiting for him to make the right decision. I do feel for the male as well, believe it or not, because I do feel as though maybe he is a little bit acting out of traumas. And maybe if that's the only takeaway from this, is Spirit saying to have some compassion. I mean, you can or you cannot. I don't know what this person's done, but I just feel like this person is in a state where they need just some compassion. The male. I've got peace. I think everyone here wants peace. Yeah, I feel like everyone wants peace in this situation. And the only way to get peace is really the answer or the solution, which I think is waiting for that legal stuff to happen or that decision to be made. The solution, which is that divorce. The solution, which is the official papers to come in. So maybe there's official papers coming. There's change in the air. There's an officialness that you guys are waiting on to happen surrounding that male. Maybe, you know, it's already in the works now. It's just having that paperwork filed. But Yeah, I don't know why I didn't see that in the past. This could definitely be divorce papers coming through and somebody waiting and somebody walking away. But I am picking up from the energy that the male is maybe not as happy as he should be, if that is certainly him. Not that I want to cause any issues here, but maybe I'll pull one more here. Spirit, can we get the energy from the gentleman? Because I'm not picking up. He's too content about where this is headed. Okay, wow, we got 3, and I think I'm actually going to take these 3. Cleanse. Okay, so he feels like it's a new beginning for him. That's good. Surrender. So maybe he's just surrendering to his emotions. He has to step away and cleanse and surrender to his emotions. The end. Yeah, the end of a relationship. The end of a marriage. The end of a... I don't feel any emotion from this guy. I just feel as though it's the end. I need to start over and I need to surrender to my feelings so I can move forward. Very straightforward. So maybe you guys are in the thick of it and this gentleman doesn't really have time to reflect, but I'm not getting a lot of emotion. So it's almost like pulling blood out of a stone. So maybe that you can relate with this person, if that is something that you've picked up as well, because I'm certainly not picking up much emotion, but I was getting from Spirit that having some compassion, because I do sense that maybe he's just doing motions right now because this is a very maybe traumatic experience. I don't know. I'm guessing that. Ooh, this card came out in pile number 1. So we got the Gaia card. The frequency of Gaia reminds us that we are infinitely connected to one another, just as we are to our great mother and to the universe that birthed us all. And I love this because it's talking about everyone stemming from the source and from the one. And that's why I feel like having compassion, if there is a third party, you know, if someone's going through a divorce, I mean, people have feelings. There's, you know, emotions run high, and everyone is connected at a soul from the source, same source. So just to have compassion, and you know, we all kind of come from the same place, and I feel like whatever is destined to happen is most likely going to roll out here anyway. And maybe that's the only message really takeaway, is to have some compassion in the situation that you're guys are going through, whichever person you are relating to here. So with this beautiful crystal that you picked at the beginning of this reading, it's called the Angel Phantom Quartz, and this is faith, healing, and renewal. And this is perfect for anyone really that needs healing. I feel like, you know, if anyone's probably going to be needing this, would be this gentleman here with the healing card and the renewal, right? After maybe this marriage, this death, this divorce, or this relationship coming to an end. So acting as a direct connection to the spiritual realm, Angel Phantom Quartz provides a profound relationship with your spiritual team. It aids in overcoming trauma, addressing inner child wounds, healing repressed memories, and alleviating negative emotions that have been haunting you from the past. With this awareness, Angel Phantom Quartz allows you to release yourself from trapped memories to gain your own personal freedom, empower yourself, and write your own story despite whatever has happened to you in the past. You owe that to yourself. Capricorn and Moon. And I do feel very much from, oh, I shuffled these cards. Do I still have it here? Well, everyone wanted peace. Oh, I forgot what I was going to say. It was something important. Well, I was picking up the trauma, whatever's happened in the past with the trauma. And maybe that's why this gentleman is kind of closed off to it. But yeah, the death needing to happen to let go, you know, let go of the past, and maybe the trauma around the situation needs to end and healing needs to happen. So I feel like this quartz stone, this Angel Phantom Quartz, will definitely help in the renewal. If you are going through some healing, some trapped memories, in order to just free yourself from feeling the way you're feeling. So that was interesting. I kind of tapped into everyone's mind a little bit there. You guys might have been coming in from either which energy. Hopefully this was insightful to everyone here. And it is a collective reading, so certainly might have not have been completely from your perspective, but I have to kind of cater to all energies that I'm picking up. If you are interested in a private reading, I do offer that as well. They tend to be a little bit more concise, and you could just message me for my rates depending on the type of reading that you require. But I certainly appreciate you stopping in today, clicking on this video. I am so grateful to my current subscribers. I am so blessed. And if you haven't subscribed yet and you'd like to see these videos, please subscribe to me. And you can like this video if it resonated, leave a comment. And thank you so much, guys. We'll see you soon. Bye.